Hey there, science fans, get this. Scientists may have found clues about alien life. Not little green aliens, but signs of tiny living things. This exciting discovery is on a planet far, far away called K218b. It's a bit of a mouthful, I know, but trust me, this planet is super interesting. This isn't just any old planet, it's what scientists call a Hycean world, and it's covered in lots and lots of water. We're talking about massive oceans. And guess what? Water is super important for life. At least life as we know it here on Earth. The big question is, could there be something living in those vast oceans? Let's dive in and learn more. So how do we even know what's happening on a planet so far away? Well, scientists have some pretty amazing tools. They used a powerful telescope called the James Webb Space Telescope to take a peek at K218b's atmosphere. It's like sniffing the air on another planet. They found some interesting gases in K218b's atmosphere, like methane and carbon dioxide. We have these gases on Earth too. Plants and animals breathe out carbon dioxide, and methane comes from, well, let's just say it comes from things that used to be alive, but that's not all. They also found something else, something that really made them go, whoa. This is where it gets really exciting. Scientists found a gas called dimethyl sulfide in K218b's atmosphere. Now this gas is a big deal because on Earth it's only made by living things. Tiny ocean plants called phytoplankton release dimethyl sulfide. It's what gives the ocean that distinct, salty smell. So finding it on another planet is a pretty big clue that something alive might be swimming around in those alien oceans. Now it's important to remember that this is just one clue. Scientists need to do a lot more research to be sure, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. Remember how I mentioned that K218b is a Hycean world? That's a fancy way of saying it's a warm planet covered in water, with an atmosphere full of hydrogen. Think of it like a giant water balloon floating in space. These Hycean worlds are like the cool kids on the interstellar block right now. They're bigger and hotter than Earth, but scientists think they could still be home to some form of life, especially in their deep oceans. And guess what? They're much more common than Earth-like planets. So, there might be a lot more Hycean worlds out there just waiting to be discovered. K218b isn't just any random planet with water. It's special because it orbits its star in what scientists call the habitable zone. You can think of it like the Goldilocks zone, not too hot, not too cold, but just right for liquid water to exist on the surface. And, well, we all know that liquid water is essential for life as we know it. It's like the lifeblood of our planet. So, finding a planet in the habitable zone with water is a really big deal. It means there's a chance that life, even if it's just tiny microbes, could exist there. Now here's the thing about K218b, it orbits a red dwarf star. These stars are much smaller and cooler than our sun. That might sound cozy, but it also means planets have to huddle closer to stay warm enough for liquid water. But being close to a red dwarf can be risky business. They're known for throwing temper tantrums, like powerful flares that could blast away a planet's atmosphere. Imagine getting a sunburn from a star millions of miles away. Not fun, right? So, while being in the habitable zone is great, orbiting a feisty red dwarf like K218b does mean there are some challenges for life to overcome. Don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. Remember how I mentioned that K218b has a thick atmosphere full of hydrogen? Well, that might actually be a good thing. Think of it like a protective blanket shielding the planet from those nasty red dwarf flares. It could help keep the planet's surface and its potential oceans safe from being blasted into space. So even though it's close to a red dwarf, K218b might have a fighting chance for life after all. While finding dimethyl sulfide on K218b is super exciting, it's important to remember that it's just one piece of the puzzle. It's like finding a single footprint in the woods. It could be a big clue, but you need more evidence to be sure what made it. Scientists are like detectives and they need more clues to crack the case of life on K218b. They'll be using even more powerful telescopes in the future to study its atmosphere and look for other signs of life. It's going to take time and a lot of hard work, but the possibility of finding life beyond Earth is definitely worth it. Think about it, if we find even the tiniest microbe on K218b, it would change everything. It would mean that we're not alone in this vast universe, that somewhere out there on a planet orbiting a distant star, life found a way. And if life can exist there, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other planets out there could be teeming with life? The possibilities are endless. So keep looking up at the stars, my friends, because the universe is full of surprises.